All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Now today we are finally doing a channel update. I know it's been so long since I last uploaded. I think it's been probably almost a year. I mean, at least it's felt like a year. I think my last video was taking apart the Miata's intake manifold, painting the valve cover, stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a while, guys. I think I've made a couple videos after that, but I've just never uploaded them. I never fully finished them, and you know, there's a reason to that, which I'll get into here in a moment. But yeah, so today's video, I just want to update you guys what's been going on in my life, update on changes to the channel or future plans to the channel, and just what's been going on. Let's go ahead, let's start off with the Miata. So after I did all that stuff with the Miata and put painted the intake manifold, painted the valve cover, put it all back together, and I just couldn't get it to work properly ever again after that. Obviously I didn't try very hard, but fuel injector started leaking, so I ordered some fuel injector seals. Actually, I think that might have been my last video, but anyways, yeah, so I put those in. Seemed to run decently after that. And then I was driving back from my girlfriend's house one night, and I was coming to a stop and it just shut off. So turned it back on, fired right back up, but sometimes when you're idling or just coming to a stop, it would shut off. So I think there was something called like the idle air control valve or something, and I was gonna buy a new one of those, and I think that might have solved the problem, but I just I was just kind of over it. I don't know, it just started bringing me back memories of the Integra and all the problems I had with that. But obviously I didn't try very hard. I probably could have fixed it pretty easily. I just gave up really quick. So what ended up happening is I went online and I was surprised at how much these things were selling for, and I was like, hey, if I sell this to somebody, I could make some money. Somebody will buy it for more than I paid for it. And so that's what I ended up doing. I actually sold the Miata, guys. I know it's kind of sad. I don't know how many of you guys were actually liking the content. I was looking at some of the views. It seemed like there's quite a bit of views, actually. But, that's just how it goes. So I know I'm pretty flip-floppy with my cars. I've had two Integras. The second Integra, the $500 one, was never meant to really be kept anyways, so that was kind of just a quick flip, or just use it as a daily driver for a little bit. So I wasn't really planning on keeping that anyways. So I sold that. Then I got to then I got another Miata. Then I sold that. Then I got a 370Z. Then I sold that. Then I got the blue Miata. Then I sold that. So, and then I have this. So I've been all over the board with my cars. Every single car I know, I'm like, hey, this is gonna be the car that I'm gonna mod. I'm gonna keep forever. The Integra was the closest thing to that. I've modded that thing for what, 3, maybe 4 years. So I had that thing for a long time. So, it's hard to stick to one car all the time, but I wasn't in the best financial condition back then either. So, because I spent so much money on the Integra, and I just didn't want to drop tons and tons of money into the next project car right away. So anyways, so sold the Miata, and then I drove my parents' Prius for, I think it was 6 or 7 months. That thing is honestly a beast, like in the sense of like reliable. I think it lasted 210,000 miles. They could last longer than that. The reason it probably died, though, is we didn't keep up too much with the maintenance. We kind of just drove it till it died type thing, which, isn't probably the smartest thing to do. But we drove it till it died, basically. I was on the way home from work one day, and all of a sudden the traction control thing just started flashing. It wouldn't accelerate anymore. I barely got over. I was in the fast lane on the freeway. I barely got over in time to get on the shoulder of the road, and yeah, it just would not go in gear. I tried putting in reverse, tried putting in drive, make this really nasty grinding sound. got it towed to a shop. Honestly, the guy that I dropped it off at the shop, I knew that thing was done, but I was just like, hey, maybe he knows something that I don't, because I don't know much about Priuses. So I dropped it off. He tries to get it off the truck. The thing won't even barely go in gear. It's just grinding and stuff. And he's like, no, let me take a look at it. And I was just like, whatever, it's already here. So it was supposed to be $100 for the diagnostic fee, but he only charged me $50. To be honest, don't even know if he looked at the car. He was a nice guy, but I just don't even know if he looked at the car, to be honest with you, because it was pretty clear that that thing was done. So yeah, I sold that to Copart. They picked it up. You know, because I guess the catalytic converters on those things are worth a lot. And funny thing is, my parents actually got their cat stolen a couple weeks ago, middle of the night. You know, terrible experience, obviously. Nobody likes their stuff stolen. And I don't, you know, everybody hates thieves. So anyways, that brings me to this. So the Prius was out of the way, and then I bought this. Now, this is a 2021 Toyota Camry hybrid. Now, I decided it was time to get something a little bit more practical, I guess. This just with how high gas prices are right now too. Right now here in California, I'm driving by a gas station right now and it says $5.09. So that just gives you an idea of how crazy this is. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. Never seen gas this high in my life. So if I had the 370Z right now, that would be a nightmare. I'd probably be spending what, like $100 almost each fill up. So glad I don't have that thing right now. So yeah, I got this. I do have a car payment. It kind of does suck. I'm probably gonna throw a couple extra $100 at this every couple months just to try to get paid off as quick as possible. But that's just the reality of buying a new car. You're gonna have car payments unless you want to drop, you know, $20,000-$30,000, just like, you know, I don't know. So it's just a crazy time. My car probably broke down at one of the worst times. Used cars were going for more than new cars at the time. When I was looking at this car, there was literally a used car with 12,000 miles on it selling for more than I bought this thing. So I got lucky that I got this. This is one of the last ones that they had on their lot. I love this car, but I do not have any plans to mod this thing. I absolutely think it's pointless to mod this type of car. I mean, I've seen some cool Toyota Camrys out there, but I think it's a waste of money, personally. That's just my opinion, though. And I think it kind of hinders the practicality of this car in a way. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. Keeping this thing stock, daily driver, doing nothing but maintenance and whatever this thing needs. So that brings me to my last point, which is what car or what project car do I want to start on or get sometime in the future. Now, this probably isn't going to be until, I don't know, 6-7 months. It just depends how things go this year. I have this little jar on my desk. I'm either going to spend it on, you know, a gun, like an AR-15, add that to my collection, or just keep saving for and just add it to my project car stuff. So as far as cars go that I've been looking at into getting, I think I've narrowed it down to a couple here. So I was thinking about getting like a newer sports car. I'd have a car payment as well, and that'd be stupid to have 2 car payments at once. Plus I'm getting older, plus I'm gonna have to move out. I can't have 2 car payments. That'd be idiotic. I'm not that wealthy. So not gonna do that. I decided I'll probably get a nicer sports car sometime down in the future, but it can't be my #1 priority. So I narrowed it down to basically 2 cars. It's either gonna be the 350Z or the 240SX. Now, I absolutely have always loved the 240SX. It's been a car that I've wanted for pretty much forever, since I got my license. I was looking at them before I even got to Integra. They were still all beat up and overpriced back then too. They're still overpriced and beat up. They're getting even worse nowadays, sadly. So yeah, I've always wanted one. I've just never had the money. And, you know, I'm not going to buy a 240SX that's beat to crap for my first car when I was in high school. That would have just been idiotic. So, got to Integra, worked on that for 3 to 4 years. So, that was an awesome experience, though. Spent a lot of money, but good memories and just a lot of fun. So, the reason I'm leaning towards a 240SX is simply because I haven't seen a 240SX that's clean on the streets. Obviously on Instagram, YouTube, you could always find a clean one, somebody that did a lot of work on it or whatever, but I've never seen one out here on the streets that has actually been, you know, somewhat well done. They're always missing panels, mismatched to the paint. Sometimes there's different wheels on each freaking hub, so like it's ridiculous. People neglect those cars so much. I get it, they're amazing for drifting. People like to build race cars out of them. People, you know, it's fun. But I think it would be really cool to get one and kind of revive it, not to stock, but just, you know, make it look really nice and something that doesn't look like it's been beat up, drifted, and just beat the crap out of. Because, I mean, that's what 95% of them look like. So I think that'd be really cool to get one of those. It'd be a long-term project. There's a lot of engine swaps that you could do with them. I know California is kind of hard to figure out what kind of engine swaps to get, but you know, I've seen some people do the LS swap. I've seen some people do, I don't know. There's just some other ones out there that are really cool. So that's the first idea, and that's what I'm leaning towards more, just because I love the 90s cars. Would bring me back to, like, you know, back in the Integra days almost. So that'd be cool to fix one of those up. Now the 350Z, I've just always loved that platform. Something about being in the car, like you just feel so like one with the car. It's just nice and tight in there. Super fun to drive. Very similar to the 370Z, obviously. The only thing that kind of bothers me about the 350Z, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but is the rear tail lights. For some reason, the rear tail lights just don't look the best, in my opinion. I definitely prefer the 370 taillights over it. And then also, same with the 240, a lot of these things have been beat up, drifted, or just not very well taken care of. So they're hard to find at a good deal. I mean, just the other day I saw a black HR on Craigslist going for 17 grand. Like, these people are out of their minds. I get inflation and all this is high. It's just how it goes right now, but I would never pay 17 grand for that kind of car. Never in my life. I remember when I was first looking at those things, they were about half. They were probably about 8 to 9. So, I mean, that just gives you an idea of how crazy things are right now. So yeah, guys, that is basically the update. There's not going to be very much on this channel just for a little while, just because I don't have, you know, the money to spend on a project car right now. My next project car is going to be a long-term thing, where I make videos maybe once a week, maybe even less than that, maybe 2 to 3 times a month. It just depends. I can do little things, but I'm not going to do it like the Integra where it's like mod after mod. That was, you know, obviously hard on the bank account. So we'll just have to see, you guys. Let me know if you guys want to see like just random videos here and there. You know, some people say some videos better than nothing. Other people say just don't post anything if you don't have anything. But, you know, maybe I'll come up with an idea of something that I could post like once a week or something like that, just to keep the channel rolling until I actually do get another car. But anyways, thank you guys for all you that have stuck around through all this crazy stuff. I know I lost a lot of people after Integra. You know, I probably got a few subscribers from the Miata. Now I'm probably going to lose them. So whoever's still sticking around, thanks for sticking around. There will be more content on this channel eventually. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys.